Hello guys, and welcome to another video. Today I am going to do the mid-year freakout tag. I'm probably the last person on earth who's gonna do it, but I couldn't resist when Renata tagged me. So let's just get started. Best book you've read this year. This was a really tough decision to make because I've read quite a few marvelous books this year. And it became a toss between Wall of Storms by Ken Liu and The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. In the end, I decided that The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin has so far been the best book that I've read this year, because it just does so many things right. It is basically a perfect start to a series. It has great world building, it does characterizations very well, and it's just all around really intriguing and engaging read, and it builds up to its sequels in a very organic and wonderful way, and I just really loved it. This has just been an excellent read. Best sequel you've read this year. It will come to you as no surprise. It is Wall of Storms by Ken Liu. Honestly, this has been so amazing. It pretty much blew Grace of Kings out of the water. For me, I mean, I really liked Grace of Kings. I did my first review on Grace of Kings and I really liked it, but there were some things that were left a bit wanting in that book, and Ken Liu just completely remedied that in this one. This was pretty much the perfect sequel, and even N.K. Jemisin's Obelisk Gate could not top this, in my opinion, because this just had everything. This was pretty much perfection. New release I haven't read yet, but want to. For this, I'm going to go with The Rise and Fall of Dodo by Neil Stephenson and Nicole Galland. I have not read many books by Neil Stephenson. I've only read The Cryptonomicon because my partner has it, and that's pretty much it, but I'm really interested in reading this, and I bought this mainly because of the cover, because it has a freaking dodo on it, and it is quite intimidating in size, but I really can't wait to get to it. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year, and for this it's definitely going to be Stone Sky by N.K. Jemisin. I mean, no question there, really. Biggest disappointment. And I was going to say Rautasisarukset, but to be honest, to be disappointed in a book, you'd have to have expectations for it. So I'm going to go with Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I was really looking forward to that book. It was one of my most anticipated reads for the year, and it was really nothing that I was expecting, and not in a good way. I really did not enjoy that book. That has been the biggest disappointment for me this year. Biggest surprise. I think I'm going to go with Ken Liu's Grace of Kings for this one, because I actually picked it up from the library on a whim. I had not really known anything about it before that, and I read it and I absolutely fell in love with it. So that has definitely been the biggest surprise for me, because I just borrowed it from the library based on the cover, and it turned out that it was amazing. So there. Favorite new or new to me author. And for this, I am going to go with N.K. Jemisin and Ken Liu. Again, because they have pretty much sold me on their work, which is amazing. Newest favorite character. I'm going to go with Nassun from the Broken Earth trilogy, because she is an absolute delight. I love her kind of contrasting nature with Essun, who's the main character. And I love that she is a child character that's actually written and behaves like a child, and she is not some kind of mini adult. She has a kind of narrow view of the world because she interprets the world as a child would, and I love that about her. So yeah, I'm going to pick Nassun for this one. A book that made you cry. Not many books make me cry in general, but I have to say that this year has had a lot of cry-worthy moments. There were some really hectic and sad moments in Wall of Storms, and also in both the Obelisk Gate and Fifth Season. And also I'm currently reading The Assassin's Apprentice, which made me cry in the first 50 pages. I still think that I'm going to go for the Obelisk Gate for this one, because there was a certain thing that happened in this book that really left me reeling, and I'm still not over it. And I can't wait to see how this continues in the next book, but let's just say there was a moment. Book that made me happy. I'm going to say This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab, because this is just a delightful romp. It doesn't require much thought, it is very fast paced, and basically the whole thing is straight from an anime movie, which I love. So there's that. Favorite book to film adaptation. And I'm going to cheat on this one because the only proper adaptation I've seen this year was Ghost in the Shell. And we do not talk about Ghost in the Shell on this channel, at least not the movie reboot. So I'm going to say Kimi no Na wa, which is the newest movie by Makoto Shinkai. And this is cheating a little bit because there is actually a film to book adaptation of that movie written by Makoto Shinkai himself. And I just love that movie. It is beautiful, it has the most gorgeous animation. The plot is not at all predictable. I mean, I went to see it with my partner and I kind of saw his expression when there was this thing that happened during the movie, and it went into a direction that he was not expecting, and it was really fun to see him kind of go. So yeah, that was a really marvelous movie, and I really want to see it again soon. Favorite video I've done this year. In my mid-year booktube check-in, I said that my favorite video I've done this year was my reading journey, which is a video I still like, of course. But since then I've also uploaded my first discussion video, and I have to say I really also like that one. There are things I could have done differently with that one as well, in regards to articulating some of my points, and I need to gain a little bit more confidence in my argumentation for future videos. But all in all, I'd say that I'm really happy with that video because I had such a lovely response to it, and there were so many responses, and I got to discuss things with people, which was definitely the thing that I wanted. So yeah, that's definitely a video that I'm most happy with at the moment. Most beautiful book I've bought or received this year. I'm going with Välfkärin kertomuksia by Sakari Topelius. And this is a 5th edition, published in 1929. So it is very old. I found this at a recycling center, and it is just gorgeous. I mean, it has yellowed a bit, but this book has like a story of its own, and I really love this edition with kind of this gold foiling, and it is fully illustrated, and it is illustrated by Albert Edelfelt and Carl Larsson, and Albert Edelfelt is one of my favorite Finnish artists. I really love his work. This book is just so gorgeous, and it cost me €4, which is a bargain. A book I need to read by the end of the year. And I don't really have any books that I must read by the end of the year, but for this I'm going to say The Stone Sky by N.K. Jemisin is something that I'm going to read the moment it comes out. But I'd also say that Our Dark Duet, which is the sequel to This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab, I want to read that by the end of the year because then I'd finished another series, so there's that. And there you have it. This has been my take on the mid-year freakout tag. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!